All right. At CSU, we use the G Suite, which has Gmail in it and also Google Calendar. And we can use this in order to send meetings to each other on the calendar, and it'll give you notifications when the meeting is about to show up. So let's go through, show you how you can actually send a meeting to somebody. So a shortcut you can use is you can go to an email. I will go to, let's see, I have one here. So this email has a bunch of different people's names in it. And I want to send a meeting to all the people in this email so we can discuss it. So let's go to today. And let's say I want to send a meeting that is at this time over here. So you just click drag and drop, and it makes a meeting for you. Then you can edit the meeting name if you want. It pre populates it with the subject. So I'm just going to remove these extra characters that I don't like in the beginning. They're in the email. And I just want to call it simply endorsement application. Now you can click on the add guest button. And when you do, sometimes you will not get this option, but this is the option I want to talk about based on your email. If you don't get the option, click on it a second time and that option will show up. It's a little bug in the software. But now that I have the option here, all I do is click on it and it takes and adds all these people's names to my guests. So I don't manually have to do that part. It's a lot quicker. Then I can remove, for example, I don't want web support to show up. Maybe I want Monica to show up as optional, Metzger. So I will go and click on this icon here, which is an icon of a person's head and shoulders. And I'll just click on it, and that will make it into an outline shape. And now it is set to mark optional. So I have my guest chosen. I have the name of my meeting. Let's add video conferencing. That's an important step. Now, everyone, when they click on this, you will have the Google Meet option because that comes for free installed already. The other options I have are just other extensions I additionally install in case somebody wants to use Zoom or GoToMeeting. So you'd have to install those. But let's choose Go to Google Meet. You can type in your description. We will discuss the navigation of your website. So you can write yourself a really beautiful description here so everyone knows. You can put meeting notes in here. You can actually even put the links to Google Drive documents. You can have a shared Google Drive document that you all write to when you're in the meeting, and you can do all that here. But so we pretty much have a meeting almost done, but there's one big problem. You know what it is? Are these people available during the meeting? So that's one of the main topics this whole video is about. So you have this beautiful button here, this blue button called Find the Time. If you click on this, then you will see the schedules of everybody. So you can see that if I actually chose this time here, I would have a conflict because the meetings in blue are meetings that I have. The meetings in green are the meetings of one of the people in the meeting. There's actually a third person in the meeting, and they're not showing up here. I think they just don't have any meetings in their schedule. But there's actually more than three people. And the reason they're not showing up, I'll explain it again, is they are not at csu.edu. They are people outside. So unfortunately, with those people, you cannot schedule a meeting and see their calendar unless they configure it specifically to allow people outside their network to be able to see their calendar. So let's go to this over here and let's change it to a time that everyone can attend. So I've just drug it over there. And maybe instead of an hour long, I'm just going to drag it and make it a half hour long. And it's gray without a name there. But you will see that show up in your calendar with the name after you send it to everybody. So what I'm going to do right now is show you how could you see this in a bigger view. If you click on this, edit in calendar. So now you see it in a bigger view. Unfortunately, you have to, again, click on find the time. And this is where I find it's useful because then you have enough room to see everyone's schedule. And yes, I was right. Stephen Chang didn't have anything on his calendar. So that's why his name didn't show up. Uh, Dr. Griggs, she was showing up in the olive color. I don't know. It's purple because of her icon, I guess, color, but it does choose pretty much a different color for everybody. So it's really easy to see everyone's schedule. And as I can see, the meeting I'm proposing is 1 to 1:30. It's in a gray area here that nobody has meetings. So all I have to do is click save and it'll go out. Let me just go back over here in case for some reason, I'm going to just close this and discard the meeting. I want to go back here and show you what it looks like. So you have this fly out little menu. So if you do not have this, one way to get this, I'm going to close it. You'll see this icon. It's a really small icon. It says calendar. You click on that and that shows you the little sidebar. So now you know how to sync your Google Mail and Google Meetings and use Find the Time in order to get that to work.